Y'all get in the camera. I'm about to spit some bars real quick. Yeah.
Call me Ray the Prince, or they used to. Now I'm a king.
What's up? I'm slightly saddened today.
Yeah, bro.
This is the last of
The wellness
the
series,
wellnesses, man. Again, Rashad.
I'm Ray Hines, you know what I'm saying? CEO, Brainz and Brawn Fitness. You know what I'm saying? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
LLC.
LLC.
Only thing you gonna get is 500K max. That's it. All right.
Limited liability. You know what I'm saying?
Don't sue us.
Hey.
So anyway, really excited and saddened that this is the last of this part of our series. We're gonna keep this thing grinding though, and come up with some more stuff for the people. And we'll probably put up something on the social to see what else y'all want us to talk about. But today, something that's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, the smart man.
And that is intellectual wellness.
He's a smart guy. Do. Y'all
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
That used to be my show.
I'm very, very excited about intellectual wellness. And let me just get this definition out of the way.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right.
Hold on. For those of y'all that don't know, he's very sensitive to, people thinking that he's stupid or not smart.
Yeah.
So just letting y'all know that now.
Two things: I'm not ugly or stupid.
One thing's for certain, two things for sure. Cam Newton. Hey, shout out to Cam Newton. Hey, he my favorite player in the National Football League, yo. I'm gonna tell you something that you already know. He say one thing's for certain, two things for sure. I'm blessed. I'm gonna always be blessed. I'm fresh. I'm gonna always be fresh. I'm gonna add my own twist to that, cause you know that. What do you say? One finger, one pinky, one thumb, one love.
He be thinking he killing that too.
Bro, he do be killing his
Oh my
outfit.
God.
He be dripped out, bro. Bro be dripped.
I'm gonna have to cut all this up. All right, yo.
Don't do that.
All right, intellectual wellness. Encourage people to never stop learning and engaging in creative and mentally stimulating activities across their life. Doing things that expand your knowledge, skills, whether it's academic, culture, community, or personal pursuits. You get a greater sense of fulfillment,
Yep.
and you can improve your emotional and occupational wellness with this for a more balanced life.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be super honest with you. I've always thought I was smart. From the time I could remember, you know what I'm saying, like me actually talking and using words, till my memory goes back. I always felt like I was the smartest thing.
True.
And I don't even know why that was. Like when I can remember like people calling me Dr. Jones when I was a kid because I was smart and had ugly handwriting.
Man, go ahead.
I'm dead serious, yo. So, and it's funny because like them speaking those really were like low key like words of affirmation to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Most
Like
definitely.
when I look at it now, like because like it wasn't like one person. It was like
Right,
most
right.
like yo, like
Yeah.
oh man, like you imagine the amount of intellectual wellness that people could have today if we build up our kids.
Dog.
You feel what I'm saying?
Just trying to even imagine that is crazy. Like,
Yeah, yo, like yo, keep me the price, yo, fam, you did that,
hey,
and keep on encouraging them. You know what I'm saying?
it's-
Because remember, people learn in different ways.
yeah, most definitely.
different types of learning.
Yep.
And all of that plays into your intellectual wellness. So, I myself, I'm very word censored. I like language, English to be exact.
Yep. He's an English teacher, by the way.
So that's thank you. That's really what I do. So that's where a lot of my intellect lies and how I put words together, how I write. I like to write a lot. So not blogs, but I like to write. You know what I'm saying? Actually, did you know I finished my book?
No.
Yeah, I finished my book. So I'm trying to get it edited right now.
Hey.
I finished that first draft. It's pretty lengthy. So
Finish.
I'm trying to get that edited and get a second draft out so I can actually, I'm probably just self-publish it.
True.
And, reap the benefits.
Get that bread, man.
Yes, sir. So
Young buck.
when it comes to intellectual wellness, the thing is that I want people to really understand is it's not about how smart you are or about what you don't know. It's about the pursuit or the chase or the acquisition of knowledge over your span of life.
True.
Like there's things that I don't know, things that I didn't know last year that I know this year that I use all the time now. Mm-hmm. This is one of those things. Like I wasn't doing this last year.
You right.
I figured it out, and now I do it all the time. Hey. So it just is knowledge, and it fuels your intellect because the more you learn, the more you actually grow as a person, and also the more. And it says right here, your emotional and occupational wellness. Because when you do things, you have a sense of accomplishment.
Yep.
All those good endorphins go off. You want that feel good. You want that natural high. So you go back to that. So you should be in the process of forever learning. I've talked too much.
No, you good though. Because I was always taught that if you ain't learning, you ain't growing. And I've always kept that near and dear to my heart. And I'll be the first to tell you, like, people be like, oh, you went to UVA. For those of y'all that don't know what UVA is, the University of Virginia, it's probably like the Ivy League of public schools.
It's one of them, definitely one of them.
Yeah, and I went there. But I would tell you instantly in a heartbeat, like, I'm not smart. I work hard. And I work hard to get what I have, you know what I'm saying? I could tell you instantly, like there's a lot of things I did not pay attention to in school, whether it was elementary, high school, or college. You know what I did? Googled it, figured it out. Because over time, that's what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, like last year, you didn't have the knowledge of how to do this stuff, you know what I'm saying? But you had to research it in order to, inform yourself on what to do, how to get the levels right, how to film in with a certain lens, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the jargon that y'all be using, but you get what I'm trying to say.
I just want you to say that you are smart. The fact that you use the word jargon,
I hear.
You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter.
I hear people say it.
Nah, stop. And another thing too, like when just because you're not smart at one thing doesn't mean you're not smart at another thing.
I mean, that's true.
And one of the things, and this is what I don't like, and it's not I'm talking about you, just in general, when people will downplay for just the sake of humility, and raise a humble person. You know what I'm saying? And I really feel like you just displayed your humility. But when it comes to that false humility, you know what I'm saying, going back to our spiritual wellness, like false humility is just as bad as being hubris or having a lot of pride.
Right.
It's the same thing, just on two opposite ends of the spectrum, I would say. Anyway,
I get you. And I mean, I will say that there are a lot of things that I'm not knowledgeable about, and that's a lot of people, right? One thing I am knowledgeable about is fitness. You ain't gonna ever tell me I don't know fitness. I've been into sports my entire life. I've been working out since I was probably like 8, 9 years old. I remember my uncle had me doing push-ups one day, right?
Yeah.
Started crying. Like, man, why you crying? Doing push-ups. You supposed to know how to do push-ups. You a boy. You supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Some macho stuff. You feel me? But after a while, I learned how to actually do it. And when I learned how to do it, that goes back to not knowing how to do it. And when I finally learned, I went back to him and I knocked out 10 in a row. It was like a year later, but still.
Hey.
Bro, I was proud of myself. Then from that point on, you couldn't tell me nothing. Not fitness all day, every day. Like, that's one thing I will tell you that I feel like I'm smart in. But I still got to get the knowledge of stuff because people do specific research on different things in the fitness world. And like how we talking about the wellness aspects of our health and wellness, right? This stuff that I had to learn. And you know what I'm saying, Rashad is with me doing it, but he also learning it too.
Definitely. Like,
y'all are learning it. This is free game. It's intellectual. Like y'all are learning as we're getting this information out to you.
yeah, like we've basically been doing intellectual wellness the entire time.
Yeah, I ain't think about it like that, but yeah. But
Yeah, for real. Especially if this is things that you did not know, but now that you know, you're actually implementing in your daily life.
yep.
Yeah, like you profited.
Yeah. Like literally, and this is free game. And a lot of stuff is free. A lot of stuff is on YouTube. A lot of stuff is free ebooks or things like that. And there's no reason for us to not learn anything. And like I said before, if you're not learning, you're not growing.
Yeah, man. Like I always felt like if I'm not learning, I'm losing. You know what I'm saying? And I try not to look at life as such a win or lose approach to life. I've had to actually stop doing that. But when it comes to learning, if I ain't learning, I'm losing, because I always feel like there's something that I can know, something I can figure out, something that somebody else doesn't know,
Right.
and I'm in a position to be there to help them and explain that to them.
Yeah.
Again, that's just the teacher in me.
Right.
You know, especially when it goes back, we flip back to like spiritual wellness. If something in the Bible that I did not know, if somebody
Right.
asked me a question, I would then have to go and research that whole thing for them.
Right.
Because what I don't want to do is tell them wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the word says, be not many masters, because, you know, they're going to get judged the harshest.
Right.
So I don't want to be the one that gives out wrong information.
Nah, I agree.
On all levels.
Right.
You know, so that whole part of gaining knowledge and then having that applied knowledge into wisdom, and then being able to have revelation about what you're looking at, it's like, that's just the best for me. Like,
Right,
it's
right.
I'm in my safe place, my happy zone when I'm doing that.
Nah, I agree. And to touch back on something you said if you're not learning, you losing. And think about it. What's the number one saying? Turn my L's into lessons.
Yeah.
A lesson is something that you've learned.
Yes.
It ain't a loss. You learn from
Yes.
that. Literally, what
Yes.
not to do.
Yes. Yes, that's how I feel. Like I don't take any L's. I'm only winning or I'm learning. No L's for me. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's why I'm always learning, because I can't be losing.
Bro, if you feel like you lost, that just means that you gave up. And
Bro, I ain't a whole lot of quitting, man.
nah, not at all. Yeah. I mean, you might have a moment where you just be like, man, forget that. I ain't going to do it right now. And the key words you said is right now. You ain't say forever. You just said, I ain't worrying about it right now. But even in that time, you still thinking about, all right, what happened in that situation to make me not achieve what I'm supposed to achieve? That's a lesson that you had to learn. You feel me?
And even in that, okay, like when it comes to understanding who you are, the fact that the older you get, the more mature you are, the more life experiences you have, you are ever evolving as a person.
Right.
And then there's going to be times in your life where like things will start to shift. You're going to have to move with those shifts, and you're going to have the intellectual wellness to be able to even think that far enough in the future. Like, okay, well, I know, like for me right now, right, you know, I'm married, about to be 20 years deep. There have been some shifts in my marriage that like have happened that I wasn't really ready for, but I knew I had enough in me. Like, okay, all right, so Keisha's definitely just shifting on me. I wasn't expecting none of this. Like this is who I am right now. These are my needs right now.
Right.
Now, do I have the emotional wellness on top of the intellectual wellness to make that shift? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Undergirded with that spiritual wellness. See, all these things work together, you know, and because you can have all the spirituality and even be emotionally great, but if you don't have enough intellect to know that I have to do this, it can be another thing to feel I have to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can feel a whole lot of
Right.
stuff, but if I don't think like, yo, I should be doing this, then I ain't gonna do it.
So late.
You feel what I'm saying?
So late. And that's crazy though to think about it like that. Like a shift. Like, bro, a shift means that you're going from one aspect to another, or point A to point B. You feel me? But in that, you learning how to get from point A to point B. Or if you had some detours to get to point B, you're like, oh, what way do I take now? What happened? Like I said before, what happened in this time for me to be redirected? And now how can I get back on track?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's all learning. All learning. And for example, when I was studying for my personal training exam, like I took it back in college, you know what I'm saying? Failed it by like 1 point. The next time I took it, failed it by 3 to 5 points, something like that. But in that point in time, what I was doing was trying to figure out where I went wrong or which area of the exam did I not do the best in. And I had to inform myself of, okay, this is what happened during that time I was studying for it.
Yeah.
I was studying for finals while I was trying to study for the personal training exam. Like, you can't do that.
That's a lot.
Definitely a lot. So then the next time I took it, I rushed through it. So then I waited like a good 5 to 6 years before I took it again. And when I took it again, I passed it. Like I literally took my time studying, didn't have anything going on besides like I had my daughter, but that was like a year and some change after. So the whole gist of, or the whole point I'm making is, like, we have to learn from our mistakes, or as some of y'all might call it, losses. I don't call it losses. I just call it a lesson. Turn my L's into lessons. Like Big Sean got a song, and I turn my L's into lessons. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we got to do it. And Rashad got to take a potty break real quick, but I'm gonna keep going. And all I know is that for me, I gotta learn about everything. Like for me as a parent, I didn't know how to be a parent. Yes, I had my mom and my grandmother and my uncle. My uncle isn't a parent, but my mom and my grandmother are. So trying to learn from what they done for me, I tried to translate that into my daughter. But my daughter is way different than I am. You know what I'm saying? First, she's a girl. So I got no. That's real though.
Not
like
for real.
She's a girl, so I have to treat her differently. I gotta really love her. I don't know how to put it. Like she deserves a different kind of love. It's not that hard love that you would give to a guy, a boy.
It's not that tough love.
Yeah, it ain't that tough love. And I had to learn that over time. Like that's, of course, I failed in the beginning because I didn't know what I was doing. But I took those mistakes and tried to right my wrongs, if that makes sense. Then I've learned from them.
No, that makes total sense. I mean, I got 3 girls, so and like you said, they're all different.
Yeah.
So even with you, like with the new one, you gonna see like, yo, like she her own thing.
Yeah.
And what may have worked for the first may not work for the second.
Yeah.
And having that and having the intellect to see that, and then not trying to force a fit, and that's the thing too. Like a lot of times where we think that one way works and that's it.
Yeah, it does.
Like you can have the one way that works is only going to be like determination,
Right,
or
right.
like working hard.
Yeah.
But like the actual method of a thing, man, we have to be flexible when it comes to. We got to be smart enough to have some sort of flexibility in regards to, okay, I can do it this way. It worked like this last time. It didn't work like this time. How can I shift to actually make it work?
Make it work. Most definitely.
And that comes with intellectual wellness, because if you aren't learning or trying to learn, you'll get stagnant.
Yeah.
It end up being like unfortunately, a lot of our older population who can't use a daggone cell phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, fam, like, yo, this thing's been out for like 20 years now. Like, I don't care about that new stuff.
Yeah.
New stuff, this isn't new. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know daggone computer. I don't know about no computer. I don't know about no computer. Like fam, like
It's all good.
this thing's been out since like the 80s. Like, I need you, like, yo, like so like if you like, that's like one of my fears, to be honest, is to become just like a caricature of myself. Like I don't want to be the old dude like, oh, I know what Rashad about to say. Like that, like yo, like I can't. That can't be
You don't want to
me.
be set in your ways.
Nah,
get old.
not because like I be feeling myself getting set like right now. Like I can't do this right. like I
mean,
I
we
like I
do
gotta.
call you Old Man Jones, bro.
I know, man, but like I still be trying to be like legitimately relevant though. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be irrelevant and not be able to speak to an audience. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm say like I'm 6 years old, I still want to be able to relate to somebody who's 8.
Yeah.
And relate to somebody who was my age too.
Yeah.
You know, so that's like a point of intellectual wellness that we have to have, especially as we start to get older and mature.
Yeah, most definitely. So that's, I don't even know, bro. That's how we got to do it. We got to get better. We got to continue to learn. We have to continue to be determined. And I think that's one thing that if you get anything out of this specific episode is that if you are determined to do anything, like you will continue to learn, or you will have the willingness to want to continue to learn, and that's really all you need. Because some people just don't. You know what I'm saying?
I feel on that. That's really good. Because some people unfortunately, we have some people who just their level of learning and cognition just isn't on like a normal level,
right?
And they have to work crazy harder, or they have to figure out different ways to do very mundane things. You know, so we have to those who are blessed with full capacity. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very grateful for what I have. So that's why I don't take anything, especially my intellect. I don't take it for granted,
right?
Because it's one of my gifts. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I get this for a reason. So I'll be out here trying to use it.
No, most definitely. Like if God has given you a gift, and this goes back to, you know, spiritual wellness again.
Amen.
Like we said, everything is intertwined together. You know what I'm saying? There's no one thing that's greater than the other. Each part plays a huge role in our overall health and wellness. But if God has given you a gift, you got to continue to nurture that gift. You got to continue to water it so it can grow. And the way to grow is to learn.
Yeah.
If you ain't learning, you ain't growing.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. I think that's a good place to stop.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, y'all make sure y'all keep learning.
Yeah.
Expand your mindset.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep them brain cells in action, man. Like
strong mind,
strong body. Yeah. I really hope that you start to utilize all of these parts of wellness and mesh them together into this, you know, really awesome collection, and really start to think of it as one thing together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not just parts, not just pieces, but like integral parts that work in a fashion that keeps you moving and pressing towards whatever your goals are.
Nah, most definitely. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all keep learning, keep aspiring to learn, especially in your career field or the career that you want to have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what schooling is for. That's what YouTube is for.
Amen.
Yeah. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep doing what you got to do to have a holistic aspect of your health.
Yep. How about the wellness, man? We'll be back pretty soon. We'll let y'all know. We'll try to throw up on IG. Let y'all know we're coming back. And until then,
I don't know.
Show mind, strong body, man.
Yeah. All day, every day. You know what I'm saying?